Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the 40th annual Podim conference, which is completely digital this year. Everything is digital. The walls, the desk, even me. I'm a mere projection, a hologram, your master of ceremonies for the next few days, Jure Godler. I'm pleased to be here. Now, this year, we've been surprised by the pandemic of the coronavirus and forced to take distancing measures. But rest assured, we are going to use this situation creatively. This is our main studio in Maribor, probably the most beautiful city in the world. I call it the most beautiful city in the world. It's got wine and lots of wine. The weather is clear, 20 degrees, the traffic is moderate, and if you spot a police radar, please give us a call. Now, we also have a partner studio in Vienna. Every speaker today is in their own respective studio. We have connections from more than 1,000 studios in the world. Now, how about that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is overwhelming. And today we're going to host a myriad of excellent speakers from the whole world. And rest assured, this year's program is really top-notch, which is fitting to celebrate the 40 years of Podim. A big round of applause, dear audience. Come on. Just kidding. There's no audience. I'm all by myself in the studio. Just me and my bottle. A very sad situation, indeed. Just kidding. Now, my first guest today is a person who can tell us most about the Podim conference. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Here comes Urban Lapaine. Just kidding. Now, my first Hello. Guest is good to have you. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Hello. Quite good. And yourself?
Yeah, wonderful.
Urban, please tell us, what is in store for this year's Podim? What are the key events? What are the things you'd like to stress out?
So I could say that there are more and plenty of small events inside of this one big event that we call this year Podim DX, right? So by taking the circumstances as an opportunity, as a real startup does, right? So we make most out of this situation and put together a really impressive 2.5-day program full of exciting talks, keynotes, panels, workshops, demo days that will follow later. I mean, the speakers lineup this year is really amazing.
What would you say were the key challenges in translating this, how should I say, this physical thing, which is a conference, which is the things which people gather, into a virtual environment?
Yes, I would say the first challenge was, convincing, us as organizers, and then in the second step also, partners and also other, stakeholders, that having a virtual event really can deliver as much value as a physical event, right? So, and when I say as much or even more value, I mean really, because when I a little bit come back to the speakers, I mean, we have managed to attract more speakers than ever, right? So 130 speakers from all around the world that, I know that, as a person who is responsible for the program, I mean, it would be quite impossible to get as many guests in Maribor. Although it's super beautiful and they all like to come and all like to come back, right, and return. Still it's a long distance from San Francisco to here. So it's a great opportunity, and we use it as opportunity, and we put together a really amazing program. As I said, there is content for startups, for corporates, for investors. The deal room is full of meetings. So really we put together a great value.
So how's networking looking in virtual environment?
Yeah, so for the networking, we have a so-called Podim Deal Room, which is a virtual platform for matchmaking. Basically, it's a web platform where you can, select and screen and filter out the people and the organizations you want to meet, schedule a meeting, and then with tap of a one click, you get a meeting, right?
Is there a block function if you don't like any person?
You don't have to accept it, yeah.
Or swipe left.
Ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be like a business Tinder, right? But it's more efficient, right? So.
I see. Any key speakers you would like to point out? You'd like to?
I mean, there are many wonderful speakers, right? And everyone is from perspective special. I mean, from honorary speakers' point of view, definitely Margaret Vestager, from European Commission is one that I would point out. On the other hand, we have people that build really like Spotify services, Tinder services, Salesforce, right? Who will in the leading positions of these really famous companies that we mostly read about in TechCrunch and all famous media, startup media. So. There's tons of really great experienced founders and experts who would then deliver value, and who could you, of course, meet virtually in our beautiful platform, Hopin 2, which are we using for this kind of simulation of this virtual event. In this Hopin 2 platform, you have the reception, where everything, all the information are gathered in one place. You have stages, you have virtual expo in which we are presenting the beautiful partners. Then we have networking part, and there on the screen we see now the deal room. We see here all the speakers and also the startups, especially and investors who are in this virtual networking place and where they can boot meetings. Now I talked with the investors in previous days, and I think there are over 600 meetings booked so far, and basically the things is just getting started.
That really sounds exciting. Shall we call our Vienna studio now?
Yeah.
Let's call our Vienna studio.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, open your closets and take out your dirndls and lederhosen. Vienna calling.
Hello, Jure. Hello, Urban, and very warm welcome also from Vienna studio. Diane calling here. I'm the founder of Broadcasting, and it's our pleasure to partner with Podim this year and to pull off this conference, so to say, together. We spoke to Urban and Matej, I think, 3-4 weeks ago. Let it be a month ago, and had some plans and ideas. Urban and Matej didn't, so to say, hesitate to transform the analog event into this fantastic digital experience. We've been testing and practicing the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I'm super excited to be on board of this, what I believe to be a top-notch digital conference that we're pulling off together with the fantastic team of Podim. Congrats, you guys, all of you guys behind, so to say, the cameras and in the teams that are working on this production. I think we can call it real top-notch production. Many, so to say, Vienna, Maribor, and we have a third Viennese studio built up on a different location. So we have 3 different digital locations that are going to be, so to say, helping to moderate this event. And we have so many speakers. I'm impressed, Urban. I didn't know that we have 600 meetings arranged. This is mind-blowing, fully impossible to have something like this in an analog event. These are the advantages of our digital production. And I think one aspect that you mentioned, I would like to stress out again, it's not only how to transform analog event into digital. You don't just copy one. It's like we're in the media business, so you don't upload a print news as a PDF into the digital space, but you think of completely unique and new user journey for sponsors, for people attending, for speakers. And we have matchmaking tools. We have so to say, expo area. We have digital possibilities that we didn't have in the analog world. So I think this is a groundbreaking field that we're going into, and we have speakers from all over the world, which I fully agree would not be possible to have in this amount, in this quality, in this high ranking so to say, quality if we didn't pull this off digitally. I'm excited to understand and to learn from what are we going to do next year, if this format will stay, or maybe we'll make a hybrid format out of it. But I can assure all of our attendees that we have really, really awesome and exciting program, super features, matchmaking, networking, expo. So be excited for these days. You have any questions for our Vienna studio?
This is it for now, Dan. Thank you very much. All I wanted to ask you, what is the weather like in Vienna?
I think similar to Maribor. I think we have 20 degrees. It's sunny weather, so we're happy to have the weather as well.
You are virtually here, and I am virtually there.
That's what happens in the digital world, yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much for now. We'll be talking to you a bit later.
Just to enlighten you, in 1883, the first light bulb in this part of Europe lit up the streets of Maribor.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is the head of the international relations at Mestna Općina Maribor, Natasha Ritonia. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, what would you say? I'm a bit overwhelmed by the entire situation which has been created here, digitally and virtually and business-wise. What are your thoughts on that in connection with Maribor, with the city, with...
Well, Maribor was actually the first city to take all the measures in Slovenia. We were quite successful in fighting the pandemic, the coronavirus, and as you know, we are also the first country to declare the end of the pandemic. So we were successful.
We were. Congratulations to us all, actually, in a way. Would you like to talk a bit about Maribor? You're the head of international relations. What is the situation like there?
Well, Maribor is the second biggest city in Slovenia with around 110,000 inhabitants. It's not a big city, but it's a charming city with lots of culture and historical background dating back to the Middle Ages. We are also a very green city, lots of urban parks. We are now running for the European Green Capital, and hopefully we will win. Let's hope for the best.
In a way, what you're saying is Maribor is better than Ljubljana. Am I right?
Of course. Of course. Also regarding the sports, as you know, we are also a very sporty city. We were the European Capital of Sports in 2018. So because we have lots of opportunities for sports, a lot of facilities, we have our great Pohorje Hill, which is a good opportunity in summer for cycling, hiking, mountaineering, also for downhill. We organize a championship for the downhill, and we attract many interesting people all around this area to come to Maribor to cycle. But in winter, we have the biggest ski resort, so we can ski after work. So
very practical.
Very practical.
Very near.
Until 9, 10 o'clock in the evening. So it's very convenient for all people who are looking for, let's say, having fun on the ski slopes and maybe enjoying the nightlife, because we can offer it all. And I don't think there are quite a lot of town cities that can offer this.
No, they're not. Yeah. It's all dark after 5, usually.
So we are quite blessed that we have this opportunity. And not to forget football. We are again better than Ljubljana, as you know. Yeah. We are supporting very much our football team in Maribor. We played 3 times in European Champions League, playing against Liverpool, Chelsea, so also in the European League. We are quite, let's say, proud of the football club in Maribor. And what is important is that we will also have one big event to organize in the future, and that's the UEFA European Championship Under 21, which was supposed to take place next year, but we don't have the final decision yet.
Yeah.
We'll see if it will happen next year or if it will be postponed, since Maribor is one of the host cities, and also the opening match will be played in Maribor.
We're optimistic that
Yeah,
things will get better.
Yeah, if not, maybe, you know, in 2 years. Yeah.
In 2 years' time,
Yes,
definitely. What would you say, personally, is the meaning of the Podim conference for Maribor in general?
Well, the municipality of Maribor has been supporting the Podim conference for years. We are very happy that this event takes place here in Maribor. Today virtually, but we hope that next year maybe there will be some hybrid situation. And we think it's very important for the region, for Slovenia, also for the neighboring countries to offer, let's say, a space for young, motivated, innovative individuals and companies to come here and to share, to exchange the ideas and to offer, let's say, a platform for
It
this.
is a kind of a vital importance for the city.
Sure. Because such events, of course, are important for the city as such to attract such individuals. And also, we have been supporting the startup community as well in Maribor for years, and it's been showing good results, I have to say. With young companies now starting here, we have a very good startup community, and connecting these young startups with well-established companies just to help and to exchange the ideas.
Do you think it is vital for a city to play a role whether a startup survives or not?
Sure, because you can take quite a lot of measures as a city, municipality. We are also acting according to one of the strategic documents we have in Maribor, and this is the development of entrepreneurship 2015 in the period 2015 to 2020, with quite a lot of measures like co-financing, startups, young companies, then education, then the exchange of ideas, mentoring, tutoring system, offering the possibility to participate at different international events, fairs. So there has been quite a lot of measures taken. And we have also a special fund, and we have helped around 70 young companies to start their own, let's say, a startup and company here in Maribor. So we were quite active in this area, as well as in the area of social entrepreneurship, since Maribor, I would say, is the center of social entrepreneurship in Slovenia. Also helping quite a lot of social enterprises. And we have been also recognized on the European level, since Maribor has been the European capital of social economy in 2018. As we know, the percentage of social enterprises in the total is about 10% now in Europe, employing about 14 million people. So it's quite an important issue here also in Maribor.
Where do you see the future taking this branch of business?
You mean from the municipal point of view?
Municipal point of view.
Of course, we will continue supporting the startup community, continue supporting the entrepreneurship here in Maribor, trying to attract more and more investors. And because of that, in April 2020, a new working group was established, connecting, let's say, the experts in this region, the municipality. Then we have the development agency Maribor, University of Maribor, and other important stakeholders to prepare the strategic plan for attracting foreign investments in Maribor and to help.
What are these plans exactly?
Well, it has been formed now.
It hasn't been formed
so
yet.
in April. So let's hope that they will be very active and prepare the strategic document. But I have to say that also all our engagement and activity was recognized as well, since we received last year a reward, an international reward, global local. It's a reward for municipalities in Central and Southeastern Europe for encouraging the entrepreneurship, encouraging or creating a supportive, let's say, environment for all, let's say, young entrepreneurs. So we received a golden reward for that.
Who gives out these awards?
This is an international reward by the World, it's a World Organization for Entrepreneurs. And the ceremony was in Macedonia, in Skopje, in November.
So, another place where Maribor is winning.
Yes.
You're winning all places.
Let's hope we will win the football championship this year. Let's see.
It's ridiculous. You are the ultimate winner. Is there anything else you would like to share with us regarding municipality of Maribor?
Yes. So as I said, we are trying to attract young people to start their own businesses here. And I would also like to go back to the speech of our mayor last year. He was last year the first time at the Podim conference. He's also entrepreneur, was an entrepreneur before starting his mayor position. And he said that we can give 4 reasons for, let's say, young entrepreneurs to start their own business here. The first one is safety. Since we are one of the most safest places, cities in the world, Slovenia is ranking number 8 now in the world ranking.
But if I'm not mistaken, just a while ago, Celje was designated as one of the most dangerous places,
Really?
cities
Yeah.
in Europe.
Yeah, so
I think the Slovenian Detroit was it
Yeah.
called.
But-
What is the second reason? I know it's a safe place
the second reason is our geostrategic position. So we are near to Austria, near to Hungary, to Italy, to Croatia. We are very well connected. There are 5 big airports around Maribor in the outskirts of 250 kilometers.
But not during quarantine. To
Yes.
be exact.
Yes, we hope that this will also happen very soon, that all
will
the
be
airports will be
lifted.
open.
Yeah.
The third one is food and wine. We are in the middle of the wine region. And I have to mention here
Yes.
our World Guinness record holder. We have the oldest wine in the world in Maribor, which is 450 years old. Growing in the oldest parts of the city. And each year we have the harvest. And from one plant, we harvested last year 104 kilos of grapes. Unfortunately, we cannot taste this wine because it's the highest protocol gift. But we have very nice
Expensive
vineyards.
bottles, you say?
No, you cannot buy it.
You can't buy it.
No, it's just for protocol. Just let's say presidents can receive it, or mayors, the Pope, and so on.
So
But
are you
all in
telling
all,
me that people get this wine who'll never drink it?
Yeah.
This is such a
Yeah.
shame. Why didn't you
But-
bring it here? I'm drinking rainwater.
But you can drink the wine from the descendants, because we have 2 descendants, the first descendants
Okay.
of the oldest wine, and you can of course buy this wine and drink it. And for all who are maybe interested in planting the graft of the oldest wine, this is also the possibility here, because this is the way we try to connect between municipalities, towns, countries, and we give the grafts each year for free. You just need to have a very good idea, which is very similar to startups. You know, good
Okay.
idea. You have to convince us where you will plant the grafts, what you will do with it, what will be the story behind it, and you might succeed to get the graft.
I have no promises, no ideas, but I can promise you whatever will grow, I'll drink very quickly.
Yeah.
That's my only promise. So what is the fourth thing? Or the third?
We said the third, food, and the fourth, it's time. Maribor is a magical city. We can give you extra time. Time you will just use in the car, sitting in the traffic jams, driving to work. Maribor is a small town, easily accessible from one side to the other, by car, on foot, by bicycle. So you can use this extra time for your family, for yourself, or for the creation of new ideas. So we are a perfect city.
So these are really nice things to consider. I mean, I congratulations,
Thanks.
first of all, for your achievements. And if there's nothing else you'd like to share?
Yes, I hope that the participants of the Podim this year will be able to join us next year, maybe, to explore this wonderful city. And I wish them all a very successful conference, and that they will be successful also in business.
Thank you very much, Natasha. It has been wonderful having you here.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, here is a video of the current Carnival figures and groups 2020. Enjoy. Yeah. Load it. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is the president of the Curentovania and the Secretary General of the Federation of the European Carnival Cities, Mr. Branko Brumen. Welcome.
Thank you for the invitation and opportunity to try to tell you something about Ptuj, the oldest Slovenian town.
It is an
and his treasuries, of course.
It's an absolute pleasure, and I think it's going to be a very interesting talk, because I don't think that many people out of the country know about this national treasure that we have, which is called the current carnival figures. We're going to talk about that, are we not?
Yes, we are, of course.
Tell us something more. Tell us where to begin when understanding this phenomenon.
The tradition of currents, the currents rituals, the door-to-door rounds of currents, it's now the part of the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO.
Yep.
But it started in the pagan times. You know, it's not well known, everything about the currents, but what is sure, the current is most famous and most well-known ethnographical character, not just in Slovenia, also in the Europe and worldwide, of course.
Oh, so it is an international figure.
Yeah, it is.
Although we have taken it for granted, so to say, in a way. So what is your role in the Curentovania?
My role it is that this year we are celebrating the 60 years of tradition of public event of Curentovania.
60 years?
Yes. So
congratulations.
it started, thank you. So it started 6 years ago when the president of the Historical Society of Ptuj, Mr. Drago Hasl, was his name, came to the idea that the rich tradition of currents and ethnographical characters from our town and area, because the currents are coming from surroundings to villages, of course. It is not an urban mask. Nowadays it is, but it wasn't there then. It was an idea to organize how to present this richness of the ethnographical character, led by currents, of course, to local, regional, national, and international level. So we are celebrating this year 60 years of Curentovania, and I accepted this with humility and pride, of course, that I have the opportunity. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
That I'm the part of this fantastic story of International Carnival Festival to Slovenia and FSCC for 30 years. in different roles, of course, but in 30 years, the half of this time of Jubilee, I'm involved into the organizing committee or organizers of the Kurentovanje.
Okay, so what are your earliest memories of your involvement?
It is 30 years now when the president of the founder of the European Federation of European Carnival Cities, Mr. Van der Kroon from Amsterdam, came to the Ptuj and tell me, Branko, you have a rich tradition of the carnivals. Why don't you become a member of European Carnival Cities? It was in the time of the independence of the Republic of Slovenia and so on. And I find that this can be a good opportunity to place the Kurentovanje and Ptuj into the map of the European carnival cities, to go to the international carnivals to see how they're organized, what are the marketing approaches, to find a way for exchanging of carnival groups, of course, because we are international carnival and so on. And in 1991, we were adopted as a member of the Federation of European Carnival Cities. And we have 40 years. It is the biggest European and global carnival organization, with more than 600 members, cities, organizers of carnivals, carnival groups, and also the people who love carnivals. And we were adopted as organizers of Jubilee 14th Convention of the FECC. It should be this year, from 24th to 31st of May, but we were enforced because of the coronavirus epidemic, so we cancel it and replace it to the next year. So next year we will organize this Jubilee convention with more than 150 delegates, representatives of carnival cities and organizers from all over the world. From Europe and all over the world, also the Caribbean islands, Aruba is our member, Tunis, from Africa, also we have friends from States and from Uruguay. So it is the biggest European and worldwide carnival organization.
So, in effect, how heavy is that costume really?
Current costume.
Yes.
It's not heavy. If it's not heavy, okay, it is heavy if you want to have it in kilo. It is more than 30 kilos with fury coats and cowbells and everything else. But it's not heavy if you feel the current spirit and the current mission, you know. Okay. Then you forgot it, because there are some kind of holotropical transpersonal states. I don't know, maybe I cannot explain you in English language, but I wear the current costume for more than 20 years. Nowadays I cannot anymore because of the health reasons, but it is really special feeling.
You're a strong man.
Yes, I'm a strong man, but not in kilos.
Okay. You're spiritually strong.
Yes, as I like to say, not every current is a current. Okay. You know, if you want to be a real current, you must feel and wearing current in yourself. You must feel it. The mission of the current.
What exactly are the missions?
The mission of the current is to chasing bad and evil and so on away, and to bring satisfaction, joy, and good into the house where the current groups came, with his rituals and so on. Of course, we are also and Kurentovanje, and the time when current can make the rituals it is between 2nd of February, so-called St. Mary's Day, and Ash Wednesday. It is traditional European carnival time, winter carnival time. And in this time, it is a special spirit in Ptuj and surroundings. It's a special carnival feeling. It's
loud.
You must be there.
I should really come. So in Ptuj?
Yeah, in Ptuj, of course.
So what does it look like, the carnival in Ptuj? Would you like to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, so Kurentovanje, it is... with no doubt, the carnival in Ptuj, it is a carnival capital of Slovenia. We organize more than 100 events of public interest every year, of course, with more than 10,000 participants from 10 to 15 countries for 2 or 3 continents. the main festival event is of course the Carnival Sunday, International Carnival Parade, but it is the mix of ethnographical characters and carnival characters, you know.
Okay.
For me personally and for the experts, it is the most important, the opening ceremony with gathering of traditional, intercontinental gathering of traditional carnival characters from Ptuj, Slovenia, Europe and other continents.
Okay.
This year, because of the 60 years of jubilee of Kurentovanje, there were more than 2,500 participants in this parade from 13-15 countries, with more than 800 currents in the streets of and squares of the old Slovenian town Ptuj. You can imagine that when, I don't know, 400 bells, cow bells are ringing and calling the spring.
Yeah.
You know, it is really fantastic, fantastic. And we were also invited the 3 UNESCO protected ethnographical characters.
Yeah.
Survakars from Bulgaria.
What does that look like?
They're like currents.
Like currents, but called another way.
They're like currents characters, of course. Then Zvončari from Rijeka, Kvarner from Croatia, and Bušas. They're from Croatia, but also in Hungary. The 3 characters are UNESCO protected, the part of the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And the first time we succeeded to bring the famous masks from Venice. I'm very proud of that. Also, there were the group from Bolivia, ethnographical group. It was really a fantastic experience.
What was that mask from Venice? A current mask from...
No. Not traditional. No, it is gathering a traditional mask. You know, you have different traditions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why the original Venice mask, one group of them for the part of this parade. And also the Princes of Carnival from Germany, from the oldest town of Trier from Germany.
You arranged them to come?
Yes, we arrange.
Okay,
we arrange. That's why we are in FSC. They are all the members of the FSC, you know. And FSC, it is a network. You know, it is a network for exchanging of groups, experiences on the organizing, marketing, and other things for organizing the committee. So, to the carnival.
Have you been invited in exchange to go to Venice?
Yes, of course. Of course, I'm organizer of exchanging of the groups. Our groups of currents during the winter carnivals go to the other carnivals, and during the summer times or springtime, the currents cannot go there. But we have a lot of very good also carnival groups and masks in Ptuj, and that's why there are Romans, because you know that Ptuj is also famous as the oldest Slovenian town.
Yeah.
Last year we celebrated 1,950 years of first mention of the Ptuj. It was during the Roman times, of course.
In the Roman times, yeah. So it goes way, way, way back.
Yeah, way, way back.
So let's say, hypothetically, I decide to become a current, and I get the gear, I do the practice, I feel the current, I feel the pagan spirit, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a fully fledged current, and then there's no winter.
No, it's not a problem, because as I told you, the mission of the current, it is to chasing bad and evil away, evil spirits, you know, and to bring joy, satisfaction to the people, to the home, to the farm where you came. So it's not a question of the winter or the snow
Okay, so why are there none during the summer?
Because it is traditional winter time, carnival time, yeah.
During the winter time.
Between St. Mary's Day and Ash Wednesday.
Okay. And would you say they are successful in what they do? the
Yeah,
Koreans?
yeah. I'm sure that they are, and I can feel, because as I told you, I wear this costume and I wear current for 20 years. Now I'm organizer for long years, and yeah, they are successful. And this carnival time, we told them also the 5th season. It is carnival season between St. Mary's Day and Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
In Ptuj, it is a special time. Really special time where people are enjoying, where people are there. It is some kind of personal transformation, you know, and the people believe that. If you believe something, that will happen.
It is some kind of a rite, you would say.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it
a
is.
rite of passage.
Yeah,
for a person
we can tell it like that. Yeah.
who understands this. Do you enjoy what you do now more than what you did when you were an active current?
Both.
Both.
Both, yes. Okay, now I'm in different roles, especially because of my status of Secretary General of this Federation of European Carnival Cities. So that's the symbol.
Oh, you brought something to
yeah,
show us.
that's the symbol. This hat is the symbol of the Federation of European Carnival Cities.
Oh,
yeah.
this looks very, very good.
Very good. Yeah.
Where can I buy one?
You cannot buy it.
I cannot buy
No, there are only six of them for the members of international board.
Okay.
Of the federation. And this is a special Jubilee medal. And the first time, 30 years ago, there is a Slovenian flag with flags of other country members. So I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this medal, which I received from the founder's president as a medal of merit.
Congratulations, Branko.
Thank you.
This is really, really an astonishing achievement, and I do wish you all the best in your next endeavors. Thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you, and you must be there. You know, the UK newspaper, The Guardian, last year called all the readers to be one of that Corinthvani is one of the 10 most attractive winter festivals. Must be there, you know. So you must be there next year for sure.
Absolutely, I will. Would you like to talk some more about the Roman games?
Yeah, Roman games, Roman tradition is something special because at that time, Petoviona, it was called, Ptuj,
Okay.
1,950 years ago, it was one of the biggest European towns, you know that?
Yep.
With 40,000 together with the soldiers, of course,
Okay.
Roman soldiers, inhabitants. Nowadays we have 25,000 inhabitants. City of Ptuj, administrative area is 70,000. And there was a meeting of the army leaders when Marcus Antonius Primus addressed the generals, Roman generals, and they adopted the decision that Vespasian will become an emperor of the Rome. And it's happened, you know.
Yeah.
That's why it is so important, Ptuj as Petoviona during that time. And the Roman society in Ptuj organized this year, it will be a certain time, I think, the Roman Games. 4 or 5 days, the Ptuj is occupied by people from Ptuj and foreign other countries. In Roman costumes, you know, with senators, Romans, gladiators, virgin vestals, and so on. And Roman society is building now the Roman camp near the Ptuj. When everything has happened, you can came to the camp only in the Roman equipment. You know, and they lived the 3, 4, 5 days like Romans. There is some fantastic, and
A true-to-life reconstruction.
Yeah. Something is reconstruction, something is built, but like in the Roman times, you know. Yes, I'm proud to be an honorary senator of the Roman Games in Ptuj. In this part, because one day during the Roman Games, it's Saturday, we organized the parade on the streets and squares of the Ptuj, and it is really a special feeling when you feel like a Roman. Like you are in the Roman times, I believe that the Roman Games became for sure after the Kurentovanje the biggest festival in Ptuj, and not only Ptuj, also in Slovenia, in the European place. And the president of the Roman Games, Roman Society, Mr. Andrej Klasinc, is also is president of FSC Slovenia, because this part of the games parade, it is also like summer carnival parade, you know. That's why I'm especially interesting, and I'm proud also to be a part of the Roman Games.
Do the participants speak Latin?
Yes, some of them.
They do.
Some of them spend, yeah, because we also organize the scientific researching symposiums and so on. It's not only the parade, only the camp, of course. It is. There are the games with a big dimension.
Now, Ptuj is also a place known for its wine.
Yeah, of course. We have in our wine cellar the oldest Slovenian wine. It's called Zlata Trta.
What's it like?
I've tried, you know.
You've tried it?
Yeah.
Did you bring some?
No, I didn't. I cannot bring it to you. But
is it also for presidents?
It is value when it is in the bar, in the bottle, you know. Not when you taste it.
Once you open it, it's gone.
Yeah, it's nothing special, of course. It is from 1917, and it is the oldest bottled Slovenian wine. But there, Ptuj is surrounding a bit with two famous wine area, Haloze and Slovenske Gorice. And yes, we are very proud that also the Federation of the European Wine Nights started in Slovenia. In Ptuj, in Slovenia in 1990, I think. So, and we organized the Martinovanje, of course, as traditional event of the public interest in Ptuj. And yes, we have also the you know the castle.
Yeah,
it's a famous castle with museum and so on. And between the castle and the old town of Ptuj, there is a vineyard, you know. So the town vineyard, and
in the middle of the
city. Yeah. Between the castle and the old town, and that is something special not only in Slovenia but also in European level.
But the thing I've always wondered is, why is Ptuj the oldest town?
I told you.
But what is the historic?
It was first time mentioned. I think it was by Tacit, but I'm not an expert for the Roman time. That 1,950 years ago, there were the meeting of the Roman generals. It was the first written mention of Ptuj Petoviona at that time in the history. So that's why.
This is the only.
It's not the only reason, but one of the reasons.
Oh, okay. So now I know. Is there anything else you would like to share with us today before we part our ways? Some thoughts you would like to give?
I don't know. What are you interesting? I can answer you.
Some personal wishes for the Podim conference.
Personal wishing. Let's try during this fifth season. So carnival season between St. Mary's Day and Ash Wednesday, put it a mask. Try to be what you want. You cannot be in your real life, and you must feel that. But in the group, not individually.
Individually.
Not individually.
What you're not saying is put on a mask and go into a shop.
Yes, and you must feel this holotropical transpersonal states, which are lead us or bring us into the big experiences.
By the way, did they have currents in ancient Rome?
What?
If they had currents in ancient Rome?
Yeah, of course. The currents are from the pagan times. Yeah.
So they must have had it.
So it was before the Roman.
Was it recorded? Are there books about this?
No, it's not recorded. It's not recorded, but we believe that there were currents.
So this has been really, really exciting having you. Thank you very much for all your thoughts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another video break and see a video on how to become a current carnival figure. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is an expert on non-verbal communication and body language. One of the biggest masters of this kind of art. His name is Edvard Kardic. Welcome.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's very good having you here.
I'm feeling really good.
You're feeling good?
Yeah.
You're an expert on body language.
Yes.
You must be feeling good.
Well, it should. I should.
If anyone is supposed to be feeling good, it's supposed to be you.
I have to be presented like I'm feeling good, at least.
Oh, so there's a difference between feeling good and presenting yourself.
It shouldn't be, but sometimes could be.
Okay.
If you are an actor, as well as you know, you can present to the outer world different feelings than that you are feeling them.
Yeah.
But it is usually much more difficult.
Okay.
It is easier if you feel what you present, but you can do it.
So in a way, you're saying body language is in fact acting.
Well, reading body language is, at the beginning, you have to separate somehow to understand if somebody is acting or is he expressing genuine feelings, of course. But on the other hand, it is when you are learning and when you are becoming, when you are gathering much more expertise in that field, then the first thing what you actually realize is if somebody is genuine or it's not. And that congruence between what is presented and what is felt is actually something which we are usually calling that somebody is genuine.
Ah.
Yeah.
So if I'm happy, you will see that.
I will see if you are expressing. Okay.
If I'm expressing it correctly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So would you say there are key differences between the body language and the presenting of oneself virtually through a Skype conference, as opposed to being on stage in front of the people?
Well, each channel has its own specialities or some specifics. When you are on stage, of course, you have to feel the audience directly, which in online channel you can hardly do that.
Yeah.
In online channel, in online channel, you have to imagine your audience, and you must feel them through imagination somehow. When you are on the stage, you feel it directly. You have direct responses, and you can adjust your temperature. You directly feel, actually, or you can see and feel how audience is responding to your jokes, to your narration itself, and so. In online channel, there is a little bit different because you don't have that direct response, or response is delayed.
Okay.
So, and if you are not very, how should I say, if you are not trained or you don't have much experience on that, you can sometimes, it's very hard to present and to track, to follow what's going on especially if there are some comments live going on, and so it's sometimes can be really demanding. And then that part that is demanding then result in some behavior which is actually not so usual. It is usual, but it's not, how should I say, proper some way, because you look worried, you are tracking things on your screen.
The line is dropping.
Yeah.
You get static. Okay, I see. What would you consider to be a good online performance?
Well, there are some things which we should be very careful of. To combine all these small things together, that you have good online presence when you are, for example, when you are live online. The first thing which is really important is, because we in nonverbal, in body language, we have 3 or 4 basic pillars which are also transferred into online. The first pillar is eye contact, the second pillar is smile, and the third pillar is actually our body behavior, posture and so.
Okay.
And the fourth pillar is the sound. So what we are doing with our voice. So if we transfer those four pillars into online medium, then what you should do before anything is to take care about techniques itself. So it's not, people often think about that you have to have good camera and so on. What you really have to have is good mic. If you have bad sound and excellent picture, it's much worse than if you have good sound and bad picture. So that's for a start. The second thing is that you put your camera on your computer also high enough, so that you are looking directly to camera, that you are not looking down or not looking up. So that's the first big thing. That's connected to the eye contact. And then it's really good if you don't bother much with eyes. So that you don't, when you establish eye contact online, you have eye contact with a camera dot.
Yeah.
If you look down, if you look up, you have to, at least 60 to 70% of your time, you have to look directly into camera. Sometimes it's demanding, but it has to be done. It's simple like that. The second thing is, of course, smile. Okay, smile. I don't mean so that not non-natural
forced smile.
Yeah, forced smile. But you have to be relaxed. You often, or usually, you'll be seen just the face and to this torso part. So you have to be relaxed. So shoulders should be down, and that relaxed
natural smile.
Yeah, smile. The next thing is you should be aware what is behind you. Here behind you is beautiful scenery, and so if you have bed, that it should be
a cluttered room, books, dead cats.
Yeah, because when people are looking at you for a longer period of time, they will start to check what is around you and how it is.
Especially if you're boring.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you have a very boring talk about, I don't know, about the fiscal nature of the consequences of COVID-19, it tends to get boring.
Then you should have a pile of euros behind.
A pile of euros or a very good movie, at least.
Yeah. So that, and the next thing is, of course, everything what is going on during the presentation live, and which means that you are filling the gaps in your speech, will be magnified in online channel because you are rather static. So there is no movement, and as you mentioned before, people get bored.
Yeah.
So when you listen for an hour somebody and you are just seeing his face. You are looking zillion things around. So you should be very well prepared. That you don't go with a lot of that feeling stuff, so because that is magnified because of the channel, not that something is wrong, and of course. You should be aware about your outfit. That outfit, it is not something which will drag your attention. So that your attendees on a seminar or listeners or so, that will really can focus on the subject, not to something which is excessive, something which is or heavy colors or a lot of stripes and dots and zillion things.
Actually, what you're saying is, if you're planning to have a web talk, don't dress like Elton John.
Well,
The gist of what you're
you will
saying.
be remembered, but by your outfit, not about the subject. Yeah.
Do you think it is very important for a web speaker to be aware of these facts? And considering them, there have been quite a lot. And I've been listening to you very carefully, and I must say it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
If I was to adopt what you said.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. There is a lot of things when you are poorly prepared. When you are preparing yourself, a part of your preparation is always connected to your imagination. So, when you imagine properly what will going on, and all these issues which are mostly in online segment connected to the technical part of presentation, when you get rid of that worries behind, so will computer works, will camera works, so on, then you can be a lot more calm and a lot more aware what is going on, so that you don't. One of interesting mistakes are sudden moves. So when you know how it is when you talk about something. If you look at me now, I'm supporting my words with the hands, and so that you don't move a lot when you are on camera, because that also drags attention. So if you are prepared well and you are aware what is going on, then suddenly there is not so much things to do. As in studio, you prepare scenery, you prepare background. It's the same thing also in camera. So if you are prepared well, then you can focus on what is said, and you have enough space to think how is said. So that you sometimes also repeat some sentences and so on, that you are not, clinched. Yeah. So that's usually how it should work. Because when you are thinking about body language, the most important thing is that you understand that you can control up to some level. You can 100% if you are a professional actor, of course. Okay. But if you are not, and assume that most of our viewers are not professional actors, then you have to understand that part of your internal tensions, part of your internal fears or so, will be exposed. And when people are looking at you for an hour or so, they will, this or that, they will notice. So the best formula for this is that prepare well, raise your camera to the eye level, and then try to relax and talk. Especially at the beginning, it's not easy, and you know that even better than me, it's not easy to talk to the black, into some void. You don't know who is on the other side, and so it can be demanding. That's
it is, because all you have to work with is this little camera.
Yeah,
and you talk, and there are a lot of people watching you and judging you. No, they're not. People are very kind. Now, tell me if when you are so intimately involved in the theory of body language, of expression, do you take that? Can you get rid of it once you're not on duty, so to say? Can you look at a person in an innocent way, the way I look at a person, without knowing, so if he raises a face, he must be meaning that, he's nervous,
why should you?
I don't know. I wonder. I feel the magic of innocence when experiencing other people is taken out by you.
You know what I can tell you from my experience is that your level of judging is somehow, I should say, drops. So when you see a nervous person, you can feel his nervousness, and you are not judging them by that something's wrong, but you try to understand, and you understand that situation is like it is like it is. That somebody is maybe at the beginning of his professional career as a speaker. So from my perspective, I'm more involved in learning how to help people to be better presenters, how to help people to get immediate contact with teams in boardroom or in presentation and so. So from my perspective, that somebody has this anxiety, it's a normal thing. Okay. It's a normal thing. So when you see a higher level of anxiety, it's the most important thing is that you see that person is genuine. So if there is a high level of anxiety, it is as it is. Maybe he or she should come to me and we will work it through, and so that's one part. The second thing is that somebody is very anxious and he wants to present himself with something which should not be presented.
Meaning?
well, you know, I work a lot with politicians, and politicians are maybe a little bit more exposed on that behalf.
Yeah.
And they want to sometimes to say or to present themselves differently as they should. And that's what I mean. But in general, as a nonverbal field of nonverbal communication, you see maybe a lot more. Maybe I see more things than you see because I work with this professionally. So, but this is not something that I would switch out, or maybe my daughters would like that I switch something sometimes out.
So that you're blind for some secrets.
But in general, it's not that. I am how should I say, more involved in that thing, that when I see somebody, then I start to think, and that's my professional how should I say,
deformation.
That I start to look, what would I do? How would I help him that he would step ahead or present this a little bit differently or so. So that's maybe a bad side.
It is, but in a way, what you're saying is that your ability to present something publicly and through a complete mastery of body language does translate well into normal life and is useful there as well.
You know, the crucial point in this discussion is actually self-confidence. So how confident you are. And confidence itself is not connected to, it's not some kind of all over us. Confidence is connected to particular activity. So you are confident in front of the camera. Maybe you are not so confident when a policeman stops you in the street and asks you for documents.
Yes, and not only that, in bed as well.
And confidence as a feature is that part of nonverbal communication with which I'm working a lot.
Okay.
So how to develop a confidence, and then how to transfer that confidence to the public.
And that is also a title of one of your books.
Yeah,
self-confidence.
Yeah, confidence is sexy.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
Get his book. And just before we leave, let me ask you this. When you came here, you were in a rush. You were running a bit late. And after 30 seconds, you were sitting, you were composed, you looked like a king. Okay. What did you do? What is the trick?
I just feel like a king. It's very simple.
I can never manage this, especially if I'm late.
Okay, we should work on that.
If I'm time pressed.
No, really. No. But thank you. But thank you for this question, because you know there are some rules, as they are in every setting.
Yeah.
Also are some rules when you are sitting down, you know, when you are talking, and so. So I'm doing exactly what I started what I mentioned when we started to discuss. Good eye contact, as much as possible smile, and that relaxed posture If I can control my tone of voice, then you qualify immediately up to those 10% of good communicators, if you can handle those 4 basic pillars. So good eye contact, smile, good posture, and control of your voice.
Edward, thank you very much. It's been wonderful having you. Thank you for all the advice you've given us. I hope to see you again.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. And now, let us take a look at some videos of Slovenia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce the Podim conference main storyteller, Anita Mlakar. She's going to paint the story of Slovenia through various videos and other coverages. Welcome, Anita.
Thank you very much, Jure, for this. Thank you for this nice introduction.
It's really no matter. Tell me, how are we going to present Slovenia? Not that it needs a lot of presentation. It's a beautiful country. Tell me, how are we going to achieve that for our viewers?
First of all, I must say I have this wonderful task. It's a sort of mission, you know.
Yeah.
You have to tell something about your own country that you love, and I really love Slovenia. It is the only country that has love in its name,
It does.
right?
It does.
So this is something that I love doing. And I do know Slovenia, but I have to tell you, Jure, when I was exploring and searching for some information, you know, you get to meet Slovenia all over again. And what we will do through this podium is also introduce Slovenia to others. You know, I'm sure some people were already here. Some of them were on podium last year in Maribor here. And some people didn't see Slovenia or maybe just followed it on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
And our task is to make Slovenia, I'm not going to say look even better than it is because it's so beautiful, but we are going to do this through videos and through talks, gathering some informations, and this is what we're going to do in the next 3 days.
Are we going to be talking about wine? I don't think there's enough emphasis on wine that we're putting here.
Yes, this is a very important subject because, you know, wine and wine tourism is very popular in Slovenia.
Okay.
I'm not sure, Jure, do you have wine in this glass or?
No, this is just rainwater.
Okay, because otherwise I was going to say, what about me, you know, where's my glass of wine?
I would love to. I was planning to have bottles here, but they wouldn't let me.
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow. It's a 3-day event, you know. They don't want to let me off the hook because I might start dancing on the desk.
Okay.
Tell me, where do we start?
Okay, if we talk about wine, we can also talk about water.
Okay.
And we have seen the video about Slovenian waters and forests. Slovenia is full of waters. There are waters nearby everywhere you go. We are even using water for spritzer, you know? Spritzer with wine.
Yes, I know. So that's, for those people who don't know what a spritzer is, it's, you know, what would you call it? A cocktail. It's technically a cocktail.
Well, it's very easy. It's wine with water, right?
Yes, it's wine with water added, sparkling water, that is.
Sparkling water, yes.
That is. I don't know why people do that. I prefer to pour wine and no water. That's my spritzer, my favorite kind of spritzer. Why do you know why people do that?
Yeah, I totally understand you because I'm also a wine lover.
Yeah.
And the culture of drinking is getting better and better in Slovenia. But if you're thirsty, we here in Styria, in Maribor, we don't drink water, you know. We drink spritzer. So we just use wine and we then pour a little water in it. And it's like, you know, a drink that helps you not being thirsty.
Yeah, well, I can see where you're getting with this. People are very thirsty. And if you drink a lot of wine when you're thirsty, you might end up on your back too soon.
Yes.
So that as a kind of a solution to that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
so
good.
if you're in Maribor, which I am, I live here,
okay.
and you will come, I hope,
definitely.
more often now.
Oh, definitely.
You will get spritzer, I'm sure, but then later you can drink real good wine because we have so many authentic good wine here in Slovenia, in Maribor, and that's, of course, you drink without water or you have a glass of water with your wine.
Yeah, which you leave.
Yes. So let's talk about Slovenian waters.
Slovenian waters.
Yes.
A lot of them.
We have really a lot of water in Slovenia. There are around 60 rivers and big streams.
Okay.
Then we have around 300 artificial and natural lakes. I didn't know that.
Neither do I.
And we have underground water, you know, in the caves. And you can do whatever you want. If you want, like, cruise on the surface of lakes or rivers, you can do that with a boat, you know, with paddles and enjoy surroundings. If you have some adrenaline in you or you want to experience some, then you go on rafting.
Ooh.
Or maybe SUP is very popular.
SUP,
you
yeah.
know? Yes.
Yeah.
And you can do that on rivers. Let's say in Ljubljana, Ljubljanica, in Maribor is Drava River. Then we have in Maribor rafting, which was traditionally used for transporting woods, you know, by River Drava. Today, you can try it out like a tourist and have an adventure on Drava.
Does sound like fun.
Of course it's fun. And there is wine also on that raft.
There is wine involved. Tourism in Slovenia. Come, there is wine involved in everything.
Yes, it is.
So what else do you suggest?
Well, then Slovenia is also the land of forests.
Yeah.
Around 60% of Slovenia is covered with forests, and we're very proud of that. We also use wood in tourism. There is so many different things that you can do. We are proud, actually, of that part because our nature, you know, is so clean. There's so many fresh air around it. And when you go to the woods or to the forest, you normally get to the water too. There are like this, streams in forests, and you can do all sorts of activities there. So I would suggest if someone comes to Slovenia, that they would definitely go to some forests. Let's say, for example, I live in Maribor, in the center of town. I have just 5 minutes to the next forest, and it's everywhere like that. So we're really enjoying this beautiful nature, green nature. Slovenia is a green country, and we are very proud of that.
Yeah.
We are now working a lot on green tourism, and I think we were the first country that was, like a country, like a state pronounced for green country. Not
Green
just,
capitals.
Yeah. Yes.
Green cities.
Yes, but not just green cities. Like the whole our Slovenia is a green land.
Country.
Yeah.
Greenland.
Yeah.
Do we have a sticker, a medal?
We
to
do.
identify
I'm sure
us?
we do. Yeah. So what I would like to suggest is if anybody comes to Slovenia later, we will talk about our towns and culture and everything that is happening here. But you have to enjoy the nature. We even have the sea, around 50 kilometers of our coast.
A bit of sea. A bit of sea.
Yeah, Adriatic Sea, but we are proud of it.
I love it.
I love it too.
I prefer our sea to any other sea.
Yes, of course.
I don't do much swimming, but I enjoy the view, and I think we have wonderful views.
So if you're not swimming, what are you doing at the sea?
Oh, just wine.
Drink wine.
Just wine.
And when we talk about our sea,
Yeah.
there are some beautiful cities, Koper, Portorož, Piran, And we have to mention our lake Bled.
Yeah.
Bled and Bohinj. This is a great lake. If you weren't there yet, you have to come and see
Yeah.
it, of course. And you can do all sorts of activities also on Bled. There is this traditional boat. It is called Pletna.
Plitna.
And there will be some nice guy driving you. It's very interesting for women, for example, if they come to Slovenia, because it's...
Well, is he singing O Sole Mio?
I don't
this
think
guy.
so. That's more in Venice, right? But I'm sure if you ask him nicely, he would sing anything.
Okay.
Some Slovenian songs, too. We have beautiful songs.
Yeah, we do. I can't think of any right now, but we do.
We do, yes. And we will not sing here.
Do they, the rafters on the river Drava, do they sing?
They do sing, actually. We have harmonica,
Ah, yeah, the accordion.
Yes, accordion.
Is that an accordion?
Yeah.
That's the instrument.
It's very popular here in our country, in Styria. It's we love to dance, we love to sing, we love to drink wine. It all goes sort of together,
There is one in every house, I suppose.
Yes. Yes.
Could you tell me more about the rafting on Drava?
Yes.
So this sounds interesting.
It's interesting because there are, I don't know how many people can get on that raft. I was there once, I was invited.
Okay.
And this is like a special moment, a special occasion, Everybody's happy, there is good food,
Okay.
good wine, spritzer.
So what's usually eaten at an event like that?
Like local food.
Local food.
Yes, we eat sausages, and this good meat from local producers. They make it themselves. A lot of vegetables and also some fruit you will get there. What else? Gibanica. This is and strudel. This is our specialty here in.
I think they call it Overmura moving cake.
This is how they call it.
Yeah.
If you want to really tell someone what is he's eating.
Why is it called like that? Over Prekmurska gibanica. For those people who don't know, it's a very greasy cake, isn't it?
Yes.
It's heavy for the stomach. It's got walnuts
And cheese.
and cheese, apples, cinnamon.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of things, whole lot of stuff in there, and it's very heavy. And it's called Overmura moving cake. I don't know why they call it like that. But do they take it out of the stove and move it like that? It's probably wobbling like a pudding, but I wouldn't know.
It's because of the name.
It's because of the name. Overmura moving cake.
Yes.
Remember.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to try it.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful. There is a Overmura moving cake, and there is ours, Styria Gibanica, you know?
Oh, so there's a
There's
difference.
only cheese.
Teach me.
Yeah.
So it's a cheesecake.
Look, I'm not a very good cook, you know,
Okay.
but I do bake sometimes.
Okay.
And if you want to make Overmura moving cake, this is really hard. I didn't try it. I did try it once, but
A
I
complex
wasn't
recipe.
very successful at it.
Really?
Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay.
But this other Styria, like Gibanica or Maribor Gibanica, it's easier. It's just pasture, you know, and then you just put cheese on it.
Okay.
And you put it in the oven.
Nothing
okay,
else?
there are some specialties. I'm not
okay.
going to say everything because otherwise everyone will make it at home and they won't try ours. You
It's
know?
a secret.
It's a secret
It's a
recipe,
secret recipe.
but it's good.
Okay.
It's great, actually.
So you go, you have a meal, you drink, and then you go onto the raft.
Yes, you go. No, you eat and drink on the raft.
On the raft.
Yes,
Ah,
you
right.
get on there. There, are, you know, some things happening. Like they tell you about Strava, they tell you about Maribor,
Mm-hmm.
and they take you from one place, and then maybe I don't know, around kilometer to Drava, and then you end up in the oldest wine here in Maribor.
That's where you end up.
There, that's where you end up. And then again, you go to the basement when you just continue to drink, but you drink really great, you know, special wines there.
Okay. So what you're saying is that's where you begin and you end up in heaven. This is
Yes, you begin in heaven, or yes, and then you end up in heaven. It's all heaven here, you know.
okay. But we mustn't forget about the mountains.
Yes,
We haven't said anything about the mountains.
yes, it's true. Forest and then mountains,
Yeah.
of course, and we have beautiful mountains in Slovenia.
We do.
Triglav is the highest mountain. It's 2,863 meters, I think.
Or 60.
64?
Oh, damn. Have you been?
No,
I've been to Kredarica 7 times, but not.
you didn't go on the top.
No,
You came so far and you didn't.
Yes, I was performing there.
Okay.
Yes. The next morning, shall we go up or shall we go home? Let's go home. That was the situation. So
At least you came to Kredarica.
Yes, I
didn't.
did. I did.
I didn't.
It was
And
fun.
you know, they say you're not a real Slovene if you don't go to Triglav. So I'm not really a real, and neither are you.
Neither am I. But they say that about a lot of things, don't they?
Yes.
If you don't write a book, if you don't, I don't know. There's a lot of things. A lot of things.
Yes, but I will go. That's a promise.
A New Year's resolution.
It's not a New Year's. It's
Mid-year's
more
resolution.
years.
Yeah, mid-year resolution.
But I will go because I really would like to see, you know, Slovenia from the top.
Yeah.
These are Julian Alps,
Yeah.
and this is the top of Julian Alps. Then we have Karavanke,
Yeah.
and then we have Kamnik Alps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have those are the three. Well, I learned a lot in school.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare for all this, you know. Now I see that I know some stuff from school.
You know really a lot about Slovenia.
Well, it's great.
Much more than me.
Yeah,
you know,
I
which
think
is-
you do. But if we would talk about wines, I'm sure you would also know. a lot.
Yes, if we talk about wines, then I'm your man.
Can I ask you, which wine do you prefer?
Well, which is my favorite wine?
Yeah.
Well, Slovenian wine.
Okay. Sure.
No, if you want, I have several favorite wines.
Okay.
Some of them are French, some of them are Slovenian. It's a white wine, and I prefer not to disclose until they pay me.
Okay. I
You know.
understand. Okay. I like white wine too.
I like white wine.
Yeah.
Could you tell me in a couple of sentences the perfect Slovenian weekend getaway?
That's from my point of view,
Yeah,
right?
from your point of view.
Well, if someone comes to Slovenia, they say it's a small country, and that you can like see it in a day. That's not true at all. You know, you can be here for 10 days and you did not see it all.
Yeah.
But it is true that you can come from one side of Slovenia, from mountains, to the seaside, let's say, in a couple of hours.
In a couple
That's
of hours,
true.
yeah.
So I would definitely say you have to come and visit Maribor, of course. And the capital of Slovenia, Ljubljana, it's a very beautiful town.
Yeah.
It is a very known town, and you can do all sorts of things there. So let's say Ljubljana, Maribor, or if you have more time, you can visit all our cities, bigger cities, you know. Then Bled, Lake Bled, definitely.
Okay.
And then just go, you know, with this boat, with this pletna, to this little island in the middle of Bled.
Yeah.
And to the church, there are like 90 steps.
Steps from the...
Yeah. I think there are 90, yes. I'm not sure, but around 100.
Yeah.
So you have to see Bled. I will not take you to Triglav because this takes more time. Let's say that we have a day or two.
Yeah.
Then to the coast, to Piran.
Mm-hmm.
Piran, it's a beautiful town.
It is.
And you will experience some of our Adriatic Sea. What else? What would you recommend?
But these are how to say, there's a lot of people
Yes,
where we
true.
would be going.
True.
If you were to choose something more private, something more intimate, something more in touch with nature, what would that be?
There are definitely small places
Yeah.
everywhere, you know, like around the big cities, you have these small places. We have local farms when you can experience really good gastronomy, you know, everything. Food is great, wine, people are great. We have wine fountain and we have beer fountain.
Of course we do.
And, well, I would say I would choose a little place somewhere near some lake or in the woods, in the forest.
A cabin.
Yes, a cabin. Or we have this glamping tourism now.
Glamping, yeah.
That's so popular.
What exactly is glamping? I don't even know.
Well,
What is it?
I can tell you as much as I know because I'm somehow connected to tourism.
Okay.
It's different glamping, you know. You can live in these small cottages made out of wood, or what else do they have? They have glamping on water.
Uh-huh.
And what you do is basically you have all the comfort, let's say, of a hotel in it, but
Okay.
outside is pure nature. So you get in contact with nature, with everything that is happening around, but inside you feel like a king, you know, or a queen.
So there's hotel comfort, no front desk, nature.
Nature. No front
Okay.
desk, yeah.
So this, I think this could be called a very posh tent. A very posh...
It is. There are
it-
also tents, you know. You can also have glamping in tents, but really, like you said, special tents, you know.
Special. With champagne waiting for you, strawberries,
Yes.
and
Jacuzzi.
jacuzzi. Now we're getting there. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to talk about. So, so there's a lot of that as well in Slovenia.
Yes, a lot.
A lot of glamping tourism.
We're doing really a lot about tourism, you know. Exploring things that were never used before, or that we never knew we have. Now that we know that we have these treasures and this beautiful land, we're using it. And I think that's great because we finally know what we can show to others, but most importantly, that we can use that
Yeah.
in Slovenia.
I'm surprised, and I was born and raised here. And listening to you talk, I'm surprised. Wow, this really is a wonderful country
It
to
is.
be doing tourism in.
Yeah,
And
we are just at the beginning. Wait, we have 2 more days
Yeah.
and a lot to explore, so this is just one part of it.
Yeah. This was just opening teas,
Yes, let's say forest, mountains, waters
waters.
around here.
Yeah. In the days to come,
Yes,
I'm looking forward to explore more of Slovenia with you.
me too.
So now it's time to look another video of the mighty active waters. So enjoy.
For every one of us, there comes a time to take a new step. Time to start a new chapter in our life. At first, we feel a bit lost. Some might also feel scared. New places, a new environment, new faces. But despite this, we bravely embark on a new adventure. It's said that college is the best time of your life. Now it's our turn to discover whether this is true. The future builds on the past. We are learning that questions lead to answers. What we are searching for, we find. We will never know what we can accomplish until we try. We are getting stronger than we appear, braver than we believe, and smarter than we think. With the help of our common cultural heritage, we are discovering that anything is possible. Experts, experienced advisors lead us the way. They stand by our side and encourage us not to give up, to persevere until we have accomplished our goals. What used to be a bold step into the unknown became a unique chapter in the book of life, full of vivid memories of people and friendships formed. Memories of moments you will remember for the rest of your life. Memories of exciting challenges and the endless power of success. It's important to set goals in life, but it's even more important how to achieve them. University of Maribor. Create your future.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to welcome in our midst the University Chancellor of the University of Maribor, Mr. Zdravko Kačić. Welcome to our show. We're going live via internet, via the whole world. Would you like to talk for a minute about the University of Maribor for our viewers?
Yes, thank you very much. Good day to all. Yes, University of Maribor is quite a young university, although it has quite a rich record of achievements. It is very well known to be very closely connected to the industry. Actually, University of Maribor originated from the needs of the industry in this region of Slovenia. So we are very much committed to this environment and to the economy, although, of course, University of Maribor has also an excellent research in basic research and also in industrial research. University of Maribor is complete university, so we have a very strong engineering faculties, also very well known and very well equipped faculty of medicine, faculty of law, and altogether there are 17 faculties covering broad fields in everyday life, so we can offer really substantial support to the environment in which we are working.
Okay, so if you were to consider the output of entrepreneurs from the University of Maribor compared to the output of entrepreneurs from Podim, what is the equilibrium here?
Yeah, I would say that they are complementary. So we are cooperating for many years now, and I'm very glad that this cooperation is growing, and this year is an excellent conference, and I'm glad that the innovative spirit of the organizers has actually brought us to this kind of conference. So I must say that we are very closely cooperating, not only during the Podim, but also with the organizers all the time. And we see each other as a complementary part of the mission that the University of Maribor is trying to accomplish. And that is, of course, first mission is education, the second is research, and the third is then transfer of knowledge and technology. And this third mission, we are actually working hand with hand. So I'm very glad to see this. And I don't see this as some competitive partnership, but absolutely as a
complementary.
Complementary and cooperation, yes.
Okay. So what are the other main synergies between the university and an event conference like Podim?
Definitely, there are several such synergies. One surely is that during this conference, our employees and also students has opportunity to come to and contact different people coming from different parts of the world, and also in Slovenian area. And that we can actually share experiences. And right now we are cooperating in building up a new concept of transfer technology and knowledge from universities to the industry and to the society. And Podim definitely is one of valuable source of information where we can actually find different ideas for the solution that we should implement in Slovenia, where particularly this area was found as critical for better success of the society.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think the future will hold for entrepreneurship regarding, especially in the light of the events which have been plaguing the world for the past 2 months? What do you think the future directions will be?
Yeah, I think that this situation has shown, of course, many problems with the, I would say, way of life that we had before this situation. But on the other hand, this situation that occurred with the pandemic has proven to make place for many innovative ideas that would not survive in ordinary or in life that we knew before. But now, because of this situation, they suddenly became possible. Let's say, as a very good example, this conference, Podim, which would never have this shape. And now, as I talked with the organizers, they recognize many positive aspects that they will maintain only in future, although there, I hope, won't be any epidemic present. And this is the same with the university and probably the same with the whole society. So I hope and I think that we will get many good experiences, also in the sense of economy, how to organize, how the business models of companies can be also seen, and that many good things will originate out of it. But of course, it's clear that the damage will be there and we cannot avoid it.
How has the pandemic changed the university, in your opinion, or the future thereof?
Yeah. Actually, the pandemic circumstances has shown very clearly what are the basic activities that cannot be replaced by any situations which may occur. And this is the still live contact between students and professors. But on the other hand, it has shown that there are many other opportunities also in teaching, also in making research, also in collaboration with the industry that can be improved and has been improved due to this situation, and which will be also preserved for the future and will be used for the future. And this would not be the case if this would not happen. So I think that the university has changed a lot over the night, because we completely closed our in Slovenia our university and made everything on distance. So distant learning and distance research. Many things, about 90% I would say, were possible to make in this way, but 10% was not possible, and this is what we are now trying to accomplish when we are slowly opening the doors again. But again, I would say that we mostly agree that we will be able to actually maintain the positive experiences in the direction of the digitalization. And this is one good thing, I would say, and the good opportunity.
So do you think the world has changed in that aspect, that it will never be like it was? Because some people who did not work from home before found themselves for the last 2 months to be working from home, and suddenly most of them seen, well, we can do this from home. Why are we going to work? Do you think this will stay that way, or will we return back to the way we once were?
I would say that it would probably be different solutions that some will adopt, but nevertheless, probably some of this will remain, and I would say in much bigger degree than it would have happened if this pandemic wouldn't take the place. So I would say that probably in University of Maribor we surely will change some things, not completely, but many things in business, in education, in research will be due to this experience that we had changed for the future. And to answer, probably nothing will stay completely the same as it was.
So everything, we've changed tremendously.
Yes, or at little.
At least a little.
Yes.
And what is your personal view of the Podim conference in terms of the importance for the city of Maribor?
Well, I think the Podim has become a major event not only in Maribor but also in the broader region, especially this year. And I think that it is of major importance for the universities and for the city and also for the industry, because this is actually where ideas came together. The experiences are somehow imperatives for the future work, and I see a very big value of the conference for the Maribor, for the bigger society, and of course from the industry and the universities.
So these are your opinions. Is there anything else you would like to share, some thoughts, your personal wishes for the Podim conference?
Yeah, maybe just in the sense that we should never be afraid of challenges. We should have our ideas and be persistent in pushing them forward, and Podim is a great opportunity, and also proof that people who are going this way succeed. Not all, of course, but there are always a new idea that is waiting for you behind the corner. So you have just keep going and you will succeed.
Using the situation creatively is what you're saying.
Yes.
It was tremendously lovely having you. Thank you for being our guest and for your thoughts.
Thank you.
Before we go, would you like to talk about the supercomputer?
Yes, of course. This is something that we are very proud of.
Yes. Tell me more about that.
Well, actually, University of Maribor and, of course, government has first decided, and then University of Maribor successfully implemented it, the decision that Slovenia will join the cities or centers in Europe with supercomputer capabilities. And we succeeded to get or to join the group of 8 European supercomputer centers, which will together try to actually compete with the world leaders, especially United States and China in this area. So we are very proud that Maribor and of course in Slovenia will be one of them. And we see here a great potential, not only in developing knowledge connected to supercomputer, but especially the possibilities that are given to our researchers, our industry, and also individuals to use this really great power to implement high-tech solutions, to develop high-tech products, and to actually use the opportunity to not only be successful, but to come to the front of the players in particular markets and to try to lead. And I think that we have this opportunity that is worth to use.
That is wonderful, and I suggest we take a look at the video presenting the supercomputer.
Thank you.
Mr. Zdravko Kacic, thank you very, very much for being our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What an action-packed day. We've seen many wonderful and informative talks. We've hosted interesting guests. We've been joined by Natasha Ritonia, the head of international relations. We've been joined by Mr. Branko Bruman and all kinds of different people. And Daniel Cronin has hosted 5 hours of informative talks with a plethora of guests. And rest assured, much more is coming. And now I'm calling Anita in Studio 2. Anita, hello.
Hello, Jure.
So this is your home for the next few moments?
Yes, it is, for the next few minutes, actually. And I'm on a great mission again. That means that I'm introducing Slovenia to everybody that is following Podim this year. And there are some people who have been here in the last year's Podim here in Maribor. But you know what? It is a special way if you can meet Slovenia that way, because when Podim is going on in Maribor, they are usually on the scene and they don't have the opportunity to see much of our town or our country. So in the next couple of minutes, we will talk about Maribor. That's my town. And I'm not sure, Jure, are you from Ljubljana?
No. I'm from Brežice.
Brežice?
And yeah, where we're from, we consider ourselves Steierci. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a Steierc.
From Styria, like me, right?
Yeah.
So we are the same.
Steiermark.
Yeah, Steiermark, yes. So let's see the video, the film about Maribor first.
Let's take a look.
This is our beautiful Maribor. And if you would come to Maribor, you can call me up or look me up. I will be happy to guide you through Maribor, but otherwise we have tourist guides who will do that and do that better than me, I'm sure. But if I could take you through Maribor and show you some beauties of it, what would I do? I would definitely take you to Pohorje. This is our beautiful mountain, and you know, it's known for skiing because we have golden fox here every year. And not only for skiing, because you can ski on winter, but when it comes to summer and spring, you can go hiking, you can go on a trail, you can do whatever you want. If you want some adrenaline, you can go to downhill, you know, with bicycles, you can try even that. So Jure, I have a question for you. Did you ever try downhill with your bike?
I probably did, but I was not sober, so I don't remember.
Okay. Oh my God, this is very dangerous, you know.
It is.
So if you try it, you must have a lot of experience with biking, and you must like adrenaline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when we will see our Pohorje, then we will go back to our town. It is only a stone throw away at the center of the town, and we were talking earlier about Drava, so you can do all the activities on our river Drava, and you can end this trip on river Drava by visiting our oldest grape wine, the oldest in the world. It is more than 400 years old, and then they have the wine museum, and you will go in it and taste all the gorgeous wine that we have here in Styria. What else can you see in Maribor? Well, you can try Pohorje omelette. This is our specialty. It has a pastry and then a lot of cream and strawberries or other fruits. But if you come to Maribor, you must try it. That is just in short about my town. And the next town that we will present is Ljubljana, the capital. beautiful sights of Ljubljana. Ljubljana, it's not my hometown, but I love going there every time because it's really a beautiful city. It's green capital of a green country. Jure, you said you were living there for 18 years, so you will help me out here. What do you like about Ljubljana?
Well, I prefer Maribor. I must be completely frank. But I do love Ljubljana. Ljubljana is a very nice place. And watching this video made me miss those days before social distancing. Don't you agree?
Oh my God, yes. I love people. I love socializing. And those days will come again. And I can't wait to go to Ljubljana. I have friends also there. So we will continue that, Jure, just in a short time. Okay?
Okay.
Socializing.
Good.
How I picture myself, Ljubljana, you know, it's like this old town by the river Ljubljanica, and those picturesque bridges over it, and it has this great marketplace. It is made by a very famous architect, that is Jože Plečnik, and a lot of buildings in Ljubljana are from Jože Plečnik. We have Dragon Bridge, we have Triple Bridge in Ljubljana. It is very well known from gastronomy and, of course, also good wine. That's something about Ljubljana. The next film that we will see presents our Alps. Slovenian Alps, powerful peaks, and you can visit them if you want to. Slovenia has a lot of peaks, and the highest of them is Triglav, 2,864 meters high. And if you don't want to go all the way to the top, like Jure didn't, then you can stop at Triglav National Park with all beautiful lakes, and you can enjoy there. Otherwise, we have Julian Alps, we have Kamniško-Savinske Alps, and we have Karavanke. And when you're at the top of Karavanke, you can also see Slovenia on one side and Austria on the other side. So, if you come to visit Slovenia, you have to take a look at our towns. Some of them we presented right now, and of course, our beautiful Alps. And Jure, I challenge you to go to the top of Triglav.
Challenge accepted. Thank you very much, Anita. This has been priceless and precious. Very, very good information. We'll be getting back to you a bit later. With me again, my good friend, Urban. Day one, verdict.
Recap.
Very
well. I just got a few numbers as,
As you're a lover of numbers.
Yeah. So we have, the deal room statistics, which is super excited and a really big value of Podim is making deals. And we have 655 meetings arranged, right? More than, watch out, 1,000 requests already in the year, still to be accepted. So actively in the deal room, there's 285, founders talking with investors, and with more than 120 business executives, 84 investors, 17 mentors, 30 scale-ups. So it's craziness in the deal room. So it's really amazing. And this is, the first day. So there are plenty of deals to be made. And watch out, still 160 users didn't fill out their profile and register to the platform. So all of you that didn't register, come on, you are missing a big opportunity there. So make sure you register and make deals.
So I'm not in the startup business myself, but I think these are good numbers.
Yeah.
Bound to get higher as the seminar progresses.
Yeah.
What can we expect in the next 2 days? What are the key things that would you like to point out?
All right. So before going to the next 2 days, I would just quickly make a sneak peek in the evening part. Mm-hmm. The evening part is this year's specialty because we have to have the evening part because of our guest from the United States. So the West and East Coast, of course, it's now not waking up, but already in the work in progress or already warm up. So just that in like 5 minutes, the explosion, Steliefti will come on stage with Daniel. And then when Anita was talking about the highest mountain in Slovenia, later will follow people who have really been on the top of the mountain. So if you want to see and listen to founders who grew their companies in a pace of more than 200 new employees per week, then you have to stay in. So in next 2 hours or hour and a half, we'll have really serial entrepreneurs who've made like a really, global startup stories and are a treasure of advices and, exciting things to share. So I think the most interesting part of the evening is yet to come. So make sure, get a coffee, relax a little bit, and, prepare for an evening startup explosion here at the end of the first day of Podim DX.
Yeah, so you still got a couple of minutes left to do some workout. Keep fit. I wonder if there's anyone who has been watching the entirety of today's program. Do you think there's such a person who's been on from the very beginning until now?
If there is such a person, I dare him or her to write her name in the chat, right, in the Hopin platform, and he or she will be awarded with a book, Humanity versus Technology versus Humanity. Wonderful. From Gerd who will be the keynote speaker tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So, let me see all of you that were here before. So, so all of you that have been in the program for the beginning to now, book from Gert, Technology versus Humanity.
Wonderful. And key things for tomorrow, just before we leave?
There are many key things. So this is the problem. So I think I'll have to make, an award. I'll run out of books if you ask me the same question tomorrow, because tomorrow is so exciting. So we start with, of course, with official conference opening at 10 o'clock. Then we have 5 exciting, eye-opening, visionary keynotes from 10 to 12. Then we have Margaret Vestager, from European Commission, exciting panel after and fireside chat with her afterwards. And then in the afternoon, we have food tech, we have blockchain, we have fantastic growth academy. So, tomorrow's program is fully packed, and of course, in parallel, the deal room is opened from 8 in the morning, so the deals will happen, the people will network, and of course, the DX wouldn't be without the evening program with fantastic people, fantastic founders from East and West Coast of United States.
And of course, to emphasize once more, those people who haven't filled out their usernames, or how do you call them? What's that?
Profiles.
Their profiles, yeah. Do so now. There's still time.
Yeah, there is still time. So if I make a connection with, previously we were talking and making a comparison between the deal room and the Tinder, right? So who do you think gets more likes and swipes, right? The one who has the fully filled profile with shiny new picture.
Yeah.
Who am I looking for? What am I offering, right? So all the details have to be filled in. So, make you attractive in the deal room for investors.
Yeah, so take a lovely photo of yourself. Yeah, probably not in the nude, right?
Probably.
But you can do it in the nude, why not? Yes, it's open, it's all free. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what follows now is a series of late-night founders talks by serial entrepreneurs, hosted by none other than the excellent Mr. Daniel Cronin. Thank you very much, Daniel. Wonderful talks. Welcome back, Anita.
Oh, thank you, Jure.
We appear to be the last people standing. How do you feel about that?
I feel great, especially after a great day.
Yeah.
So many wonderful things have happened, and just to think that it was a pre-conference day.
Yeah. Hasn't even begun.
Yeah.
For real. We had an action-packed day, lots of wonderful talks. Did you get to see any?
Yes, I did, but none of them in the whole,
Ah,
yeah.
So you caught glimpses of
Yes,
talks.
yes.
But they were quite interesting. I managed to listen to some.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know there are so many good speakers out there, so many people who inspire you. Yeah. I'm not easily inspired, but I was quite easily inspired today. I think that is very good. And Urban said earlier he liked the numbers.
Oh.
So we're apparently doing good.
Yes, I think so. And what is the good thing? Because so many startups have a chance to promote themselves, to show themselves, and to find investors, and that's just great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed our talks about Spritzer.
You did?
Yeah.
I did too, but I did not get to one later.
Neither did I.
But it's still time,
It is still time. But we mustn't get too happy today because tomorrow is the official opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have an action-packed day planned. Could you tell me what your role is going to be?
Okay. Today I was representing Slovenia and telling you things about Slovenia, you and all the viewers. And there will be a part of it tomorrow also. But on the other hand, we will see the region, you know. We will get to know Austria, Hungary, and Croatia.
Okay.
And also Slovenia, of course. And I will be discovering and opening a little bit about a backstage of Podim.
What is that going to look like? So, where is the backstage of Podim?
Yes, it's,
Where is
well,
that?
we think because it's, you know, like online and because we are digital,
Yeah.
that there are not a lot of people here. But there are a lot of people. There's a great team here. Of course, we are paying, you know, all these precautions.
Social distancing
yes,
still
absolutely.
in effect.
Like we are right
Yes.
now, 2 meters.
I can barely see you. Where are you?
And of course, that comes along. But there are so many people that we have Expo Podim. And we will talk about it more tomorrow. I'm not going to say everything because tomorrow is the first official day. And we will look at the backstage of Expo Podim and technical part of Podim. Who is working on it? Who are the people who follow all that? And I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
So we are going to get live coverage from backstage of Podim.
Yeah.
That sounds really exciting. So
Yes.
you're going to be there. You're going to be covering that.
Yes.
That starts when?
I think around 9 o'clock.
Around
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Some wonderful guests coming up as well.
Yes, you will be chatting.
Yeah, Dejan Zavec is coming.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
He's going to kick my ass.
Yes, a
He
little
is,
bit, but you know.
A little bit.
He's gentle.
He's very gentle. He kicks ass gently.
Yeah.
He's a manly man, but he kicks ass gently. That's what's going to happen. I think we had wonderful guests today, including Natasha Ritonia from the Mestna Občina Maribor, Mr. Branko Bruman, who was here. We talked about the current carnival figures. Mr. Edvard Kadic has been great, telling us about all about non-verbal communication and body language.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very important, you know.
Very important. I think we're doing fine.
I think we're doing great.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's also nice that we're having good time.
We're having a really nice time here. It's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think the fun is really just beginning.
Yes.
Tomorrow is going to be fun, and on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, we have 2 more days.
2 more days.
Looking forward to that.
We are. Anything else we'd like to remind our viewers?
Do you have any more questions about wine, maybe?
I would like to steer towards that direction once the cameras are off.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all for today. We do hope you'll be joining us tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, stay responsible. See you tomorrow. Good night. Get some rest.